What's going on, everybody? It's Nathan and the gang back with more adventures in Middle Earth. Ray, you're laughing already, and I haven't even done anything yet.
No, it's because I saw what you did for Marikar.
Oh, we did. This is what we did for Nate last time in Curse of Strahd when he wasn't here, and it's the only thing I had left. I mean, it was that or Big Fat Meaty, and we all know Marikar's not the Big Fat Meaty.
No.
Marikar's Bay. Anyways, we're starting. We were gonna start late anyways, but on brand, we're starting later than we planned to even start late. So I'm not gonna talk too much more. I'm just gonna turn it over to our lore master Kevin, and we can get started and see if we can finally get out of these marshes, or if we're gonna have a trilogy in the marsh.
Yeah, so we started off in the marsh last session. Damrod attempting to find his way to a place called the King's Chair, located somewhere within here. However, his guiding skills eluded him, and he wasn't able to find it. Spending extra days looking for the King's Chair, because from there you should be able to find the directions to the Black Barrow as shown on the map which Aurelian has. We finished off with the group making camp for the night. However, during the night they were set upon by a company of orcs that were passing through the marsh. They ambushed the group as they were attempting to take their rest. Luckily, alerted by one of the elves who wasn't sleeping, and roused the camp to arms. You managed to fight off the orcs and drive some of them away, killing a good amount of them, and you survived thanks to the light that was finally provided for the humans amongst you struggled to see in the darkness. We will pick up with the aftermath of the fight against the orcs in the marsh. It is still dark, still the middle of the night, effectively. Rook is holding a torch. You all are on your little dry patch of Marsh Island, I guess. After driving off the orcs, what would you like to do?
Aurelian's still trying to calm himself down from being suddenly attacked by orcs, which he hasn't seen since the vision he had in Eregion, and also hearing Marikar screaming, just bringing back flashes like that. He's just like down on his knees, just holding himself and trying to calm his breathing.
Seeing this, Rook would run over to Aurelion, kneel next to him, and try to get him to calm down as well.
How's
pat on the shoulder. Aurelion, it's okay. They're gone.
You know that like anytime that you like try to comfort him, normally he swats you away, but you haven't really seen him this distressed, and he's just kind of still trying to slow his breathing. He knows you're there, but he's not like go away or anything.
He doesn't have the energy to tell me to screw off this time.
He doesn't.
Why? I tell you what, with that, why don't we all make a corruption save?
Oh no!
Yay, I'm so excited.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks a lot, Ray, for getting depressed.
Sorry for going into PTSD.
Yeah.
What
Is
did
it
you hear?
is an 11 going to be enough?
I will let you know shortly. Let me just roll
A 4
for.
is
All
I'm
right,
sure a 4 is fine.
Yeah, it'll work. Fine. It's totally fine.
Okay. Aurelion, and Mablung, you do pass. Damrod, give me a D4.
How did we pass that?
Okay, you're going to take 2 points of temporary shadow, Damrod.
So it's only permanent once it reaches which score?
Equal once it passes your wisdom score.
Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah.
For now.
What are you on?
I've got 8 right now.
Okay, and what's your wisdom? 12?
14.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm a little more than halfway there.
Yeah, we'll have to have a little recce of where everyone's shadow score is, maybe at the end.
That means we're gonna get more shadow tonight, guys.
Yup. Well, I didn't think it was going to go away.
There's always a possibility, indeed. Where is it you're trying to get to?
Out of the marsh.
Yeah, get the hell out of the marsh.
What is it? The king's chair or something like that?
Yeah, once you find the king's chair, you'll be able to find some directions to the Black Barrow, right?
That doesn't sound shadowy at all.
But to get there, you must fight through this one dragon that Kevin has made and insist that we fight.
It's a green gold dragon mixed in one, apparently.
Patrick's Day dragon.
Yeah, it's only a little small leprechaun dragon with a hat and all.
You'll never get me pot of gold.
How is Damrod after the battle, after the fight?
You know, I was gonna say that Damrod probably tried to calm Marikar down and try to kind of bring him down from this rage, but considering that I've taken Shadow, I think that I think Damrod is probably. Rook, do you still have the torch, or did you put it? Would you have put it down?
I believe I put it right in the middle of camp so everybody could see.
I think that Damrod would have rushed towards this torch and taken it, and would be like sweeping the area, sword and torch out. Very, very, very much like the scene on Weathertop with Aragorn, except this is more. It's less trying to fend an enemy that he knows is there off, and more of like almost frantically trying to make sure there's not an enemy close. He's kind of moving in a circle around everybody that's there, doing kind of waving it back and forth, just making sure.
Do you think that he, taking in consideration the shadow that he's just gained, do you think he maybe enjoyed killing the orcs, or was pleased that he was able to do it, especially how he is a hunter of these things?
I think he always takes some pleasure, some minor pleasure, in banishing Shadow. I think this probably gave him a bit more pleasure. He is frantically looking for more in order to protect his friends, but there is a part of him that's hoping there's some left.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know that there were some that did run off to the southwest of you and the northeast of you, and possibly to the north as well. Probably knowing orcs, probably not going to return unless they return in a lot more force than what they had. Marikar will come in and his rage subsides somewhat, and he sort of plonks himself down on one knee, clutching his axe to his shoulder, and he's probably just rocking just a little bit as he's breathing and looking around at the fell creatures that he's just hacked his way through.
As Brooke kind of calms Aurelian down, I will get up and go to check on Marikar and use my Hands of the Healer on him. So it looks like he hurt him pretty bad.
Yeah, you see that he has what seems to be like covered in blood all over. Like, and as you maybe try and clean him up a little bit from the mud, the muck, as well as the blood, he's like covered in what seems to be like 1,000 scratches almost. Grazes, scratches from spear wounds, even potentially some arrows or knives that have been swung at him. None of them particularly super deep, but just a lot of these wounds effectively.
Give me a sec. I'm not going to use Hands of the Healer, but I'll use whichever. I've got some plants. I just need to find what they do.
Yeah. Okay. Anything that Rook's doing?
Let me get over here to the map where I can see everything. He kind of just sits down, pulls out his spear, and notches 5 notches into his spear. He says, well, I killed 5 of these. Let's hope there's more notches by the end of this journey. Flips it around. Kind of happily walks over to Raylan, like, he pulls out his spear, goes, how many did you kill? He like, flips it in front of her, like, or in front of him very, very playfully. I killed 5. I show him the notches.
I'm going to take my dagger over the back of it, like shove it into his knee, like bang it into his knee, just to get him to shut up.
I try to move.
Do I roll anything for that?
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Rook.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry.
Let's have a look.
Just wasted that 20.
Yeah, I did. Oops.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Aurelion clocks him on the knee.
What was that for?
What do you mean, what was that for? You're acting like this is a game.
I'm not acting like it's a game. I'm having fun with killing. Look, 5 orcs. How many did you kill, Aurelion? My knee hurts now, thanks.
You're welcome.
In addition to all my other injuries.
Be lucky that it's just a knee that hurts and it's from me rather than that orc slitting your throat.
You know, and he wants to say something, but he understands what he's about to say is going to be really mean, so he stops. He just stomps away, limping, as it were. Stupid Aurelion. I could have said something real mean, but I did.
The world is better off.
He just sits there sharpening arrowheads, staring at Aurelion's.
Can I use 2 of my king spoil to make a salve for Marikar?
Yeah, you can do.
Okay. It's a D4. I think that's straight.
Yeah. Is it D4 plus 1 or something?
Oh, let me double check.
Or is it,
+1. So that is an 8. Does he look any better after that?
um, 8 onto this. I mean, he's looking a little bit better as you spend the time to sort of patch him up.
I'll go ahead and
Um,
do 2 more just to be safe. I got a little bit I can spare.
7, right?
Once Marikar is stable, I recommend we get up and leave because orcs, from what I understand from the books I've read, tend to come back in larger numbers. Look at the history books. Whenever we beat them, they've come back with exponentially more people or orcs. So we need to move.
Hey, Kevin, can I use my Beset by Woe? It specifically. Oh, wait, not that one. Dark Foreboding. It specifically says, like, you can tell whether an orc band is an isolated raiding party or a larger force driven by something more sinister.
Yeah, okay. Do you make a roll for that, or is it just something I give you?
Let me show you what it says. It doesn't have any kind of roll to it.
Yeah, I am aware of it. I was wondering if you would, if anybody has it. Yeah, so you get the sense as you look over the bodies maybe of the orcs, and you get your gut feeling is that there's maybe not a larger party out there, but they have some purpose in the marsh.
Okay,
Um,
I won't share that then, but I will follow what Rook is saying.
with that, Damrod, as you are making your way around the camp, you come across one of the orcs trying to crawl away, and you can hear it kind of snuffling and as it's like as you come across it, you see that it is very much bleeding out, and it's attempting to drag itself through the mud and muck. Um, it's extremely wounded. It's gonna die before it gets anywhere.
Damrod is just going to slowly follow it and watch it. If it gets to the point where if it survives too long to where it's getting kind of farther away from camp than he's comfortable with, maybe to the point where he feels like maybe the other two, if they couldn't see in the dark, couldn't see his torch anymore, he would just go ahead and end it. But otherwise, he's just gonna follow it and let it bleed out. But he's gonna be there to make sure it happens.
You're carrying the torch, and it looks over its shoulder as the light reaches its position, and it's crawling not very far at all, and you're definitely walking a lot quicker than it can crawl. So you soon catch up to it, and it looks over your shoulder, and it's crawling, and it doesn't last very long before it sort of stops struggling, and you hear its breathing. And it stops breathing altogether.
Kick it.
Damrod has a half smile, a very satisfied half smile, before he turns and heads back to camp.
Yeah, you return back to the camp with Marikar's wounds being patched up by Aurelian. Marikar looks at Rook and would have said, "You're gonna learn about those things in books, you can."
history books, scrolls, as it were.
Right. Interesting.
Do they not have orcs where you come from?
Oh, all the time, everywhere.
They don't have books.
They don't have books.
But
That I've gathered.
we just be told about them from our fathers and forefathers and so on and so on and so on.
Have you ever seen one?
This was my first time.
But you just. But okay.
Brooke, have you ever seen an orc before?
You know, I don't think. No, he would think, and you know, that's scary orc sound. He just no. I can't. Now that I think of it, I can't say I have.
I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
It scared the hell out of me the first time I heard that dog. I was like, shit.
We had werewolves in Curse of Strahd, and that's our sound effect when we had them around.
That's great. Where's my cat?
What would you all be doing for the rest of the night once Marakar has sort of been mostly patched up? If you wish to roll some hit dice, you can take a short rest and roll some hit dice. You will not be able to get a long rest in the marsh.
So just click the hit dice thing right here.
Yeah.
10.
Oh, look at that. Matching numbers. Not matching rolls, but matching numbers.
Twinkies. I get 10 points back.
Yep.
I'm at full now. That puts me at full.
I'm 2 away from full. I guess you win. How many did you kill, Damrod? Or did you not keep count?
Ooh. I didn't keep count, but I don't believe I think I killed. I know I killed at least 2. I can't remember if I killed the one. I can't remember who killed that group that was up here. The one that tripped and fell on my axe.
That was me, actually.
Okay.
Because
So,
every
yeah,
time they come up, I was just like, ah! Every time they go, I hit him again.
I might have only gotten 2 then.
Yeah, like here's like 9 plus 2 sneak. There's 2.
Yeah, because
3.
Marakar was sort of down in this region on his own, and you made your way down, and you did come and help out a little bit. Again, I can't quite remember how many you probably killed, but if you remember they were in sort of groups of 3.
I'm thinking I only got 2 or 3.
You was the setup man.
I killed 1 with the arrow and then 4 with my spear. Because every time they popped up, jab. Like one was like 9 plus 2 sneak. You're like, yeah, he's dead. Kill him. And you injured the other guy. I was like, all right.
Are you guys discussing this in character?
No, we're just waiting for you to get back.
Sorry. But if you're discussing at all the orcs you've killed or where you've seen an orc, I'll just say, oh, and I suppose Legolas taught you that trick about counting how many you killed?
No, I believe. Wait, this takes place. Not the other one. Okay, this is during canon. Okay, I said, actually, I wouldn't know Gimli, would I?
No, well,
I wouldn't. Then.
But
Then I would probably say, yeah. Legolas said it was always nice to keep a record of what you killed. I don't know.
he just kind of rolls his eyes.
If Aurelian wishes to take a short rest and roll hit dice, he can.
Okay, let me see what I got. I think I'm fine. Yeah, no, I'm good. I should hang on to my hit dice.
Okay. Marakar is 4 short from being fully healthy.
How? Okay, I was going to ask how Rook is, but it looks like he's full.
I got 2. I'm 2 from full.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna waste a D4 +1.
No, it's okay. Give me a second.
So, what are you going to move on as Rook suggested, or are you going to look to rest until it gets light before moving on?
Honestly, we could just move on and the two elves go first, and Damrod just points us in the right direction, at least until it's a little bit brighter out.
I mean, I could try to point you in the right direction. I forgot I was still zoomed
This
in
is
on.
not working too well. He's like, we're gonna go there. That's why we're here.
I forgot on stream I was zoomed into weather, but still.
So you get yourselves together, gather your things, and begin to try and head in a direction that Marikar, that Damrod wishes to try and head in an attempt to find the king's chair. So, Damrod, why don't you give me a survival check, and you can add your double your proficiency with it, because these are your known lands, but it will be at disadvantage. Excellent. Everyone,
I know
roll.
exactly where we are.
What inspiration!
This hurts so bad.
Rook, you can give me a stealth check as you lead the group off, plotting the best route.
So
I have an automatic plus to that stealth. So
Nice.
I think that what's happening with Damrod now is, yes, he's trying to lead us in the right direction, but I think that maybe even subconsciously he's started to veer the direction that the orcs went. Like, even if it's not a lot, it's enough to be off course, but he's slowly begun to kind of turn that direction. Maybe not even realizing it, but he's started to direct that direction.
Okay. What is Aurelian doing? What would Aurelian like to do? Maybe Aurelian could be the lookout, while Marikar can't see in the dark.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Do you want to give me a perception check? Okay. So with some expert guidance, well, no, expert scouting, Rook is able to guide the group through what's left of the night quite safely. The dawn breaks and rises over the weather hills off to the east, but you still haven't quite found the king's chair yet.
Damrod, I thought this would be easier for you considering we have an actual map this time.
is it upside down?
Yes, but it's supposed to be.
Maybe you should read it right side up. Maybe we go in the right direction.
Maybe if I was allowed to look at the map instead of just guiding us in the dark.
Aurelian will like stomp up to you the whole time, like his shoes squishing in the mud, and just shoves it in your face.
Can you read the dark?
The sun's rising. It should be fine. I'll be able to see shortly.
Well, then maybe we should stay for a moment so you can have that sunrise and see where we're going. Your eyes don't seem to work very well without that.
Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw.
I was just about to say I need to be looking at stuff. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Who's affected by bugs at the moment?
That
I
would
think
be
we
me.
all were except Rook, weren't we?
Oh yeah,
Because Rook had a salve.
yeah.
Yeah. The
Hide from people while I do it.
Mablung and Aurelion, by traveling through most of the night, you're feeling pretty tired and close to exhaustion. If you choose to carry on at this point, you will take a level of exhaustion as well.
I have inspiration now. I don't know how long I can keep doing this though, to where like I just probably out of exhaustion before Kevin has to be like, okay, stop.
I've got 2 inspiration myself.
What do you think?
So, yeah.
Okay. Kevin, I would like to use that, please, if I can.
Yeah, you can.
It's got a special thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one as well. If that's okay.
Okay, I gain advantage on my next roll. My elf friend gets advantage on the next die roll too.
Hey, that's me, right?
You.
You stop and you sort of again recall the Lady of Stars, the Lady of Light, Elbereth, Gilfolion, and you sing a refreshing melody. And as you do, you look back the way that you came somewhat. And just in the morning light, you see a thin wisp of smoke out in the marshland.
Maybe feeling a little bit more refreshed from this, despite all the midges buzzing around. I do kind of calm my temper a bit, and I will put my hand on Damrod and guide his eyes to the smoke. Could that be perhaps what we're looking for?
I guess if Aurelion says it's probably what we're looking for, then Damrod would probably go ahead and start heading that way.
Okay. Would you like to give me a survival check with advantage this time?
That's a little better.
Yeah. You and a stealth check as well from Rook.
Thank goodness you got that advantage.
I swear.
Your stealth is so bad. Okay, never mind.
Oh no! Dang it! I'm tired.
You begin to head back south.
Well, you got advantage.
Oh,
it'd
be 17 then.
Oh, okay, yeah. You begin to head back south towards where this wisp of smoke is. As you do travel, the wisp of smoke does disappear and sort of get snuffed out, you guess. But you can pretty much track and find your way in that direction if you wish, and continue to do so. Is that what you want to do?
I think so.
I'm gonna As it kind of disappears, Damrod looks to Aurelion. Why does this make you think that this is the direction we need to go?
Kevin, is this the direction we need to go?
You don't really know. I mean, it seems like a wisp of smoke was rising from, you know, some sort of fire, and then it's been put out. It seems because it stopped.
Aurelian would reply, "Well, I wasn't sure, hence why I asked you if that was what we were looking for." And to which you replied nothing and just headed in that direction. You know, given all the circumstances, it does seem like that is where we need to go if our guide takes us that way.
You were the one studying the map. I thought perhaps your elven ways had directed you to this smoke. Didn't realize you were picking out random campfires and wanting to approach them. I don't think we're looking for the chair of the smoke.
Given all of the other random campfires we found in this incredibly damp location, did you not think that maybe this one smoke might be proof of civilization? At least somewhere where we can rest and maybe get rid of these blasted bugs?
It could be orcs.
Could be. In which case, we could avoid it. Again, I thought telling the ranger would be the most logical thing to do, and yet you walked right towards it.
I would like slam my bag or something on the ground between the two of you. Say, you can either stop arguing, we can find our way out, or you can continue to argue and we can sit right here and nothing gets done. He just kind of looks between the three of them like, older than me, cousin.
Maripol will shrug and sort of look at the two of you, agreeing with Rook.
And not willing to admit that he was wrong, Aurelian will just unfurl the map and, like, again, kind of angrily shove it in Damrod's direction. This is where we're heading. And the rest, I suppose, will be up to your ranger ways.
Can I check the map? Just double check and see if the direction that we saw this fire might be somewhere we would need to go, or if it's marked on the map or anywhere close to where we're heading.
Yeah, give me a check that's just give me a skill check that you think makes sense for this.
Decisions.
Well, I mean, I could roll survival again, but I was trying to see if there was something else I could think that would fit.
History?
History or investigation might work.
Traditions?
I'll do history, and
not a strong suit.
You get the sense that it isn't. It could be, but like your gut is sort of thinking it's too far south. I'm sure it should be somewhere. You know, you look across to the east at the Weather Hills, and you pick one or two of the hills more specifically out, and you're like, I'm sure it should be northwest of here-ish. I'm sure it should be that way, not further south from where we're at.
Judging by the map and my ranger ways, we could go south, and we might find either orcs or civilization, or merely a campsite and travelers. Or we could head in this direction, and he'll kind of motion the other way, and potentially find what we're looking for.
Do you think it might perhaps be whoever was tracking us the previous night?
Could be.
Then given it's
If
too
that
far,
wasn't the orcs.
given how south it is, it may be more beneficial to just ignore it altogether then. If it had been along the way, then perhaps doesn't sound like anything worth our while at the moment.
It also might not be worth ignoring.
When Aurelian finishes his sentence, he turns to Brooke and says, "There, are you happy?"
Yes, sort of. Are we good? We're gonna go?
Damrod, you can't eliminate every orc that exists.
Is that not possible?
No one said anything about eliminating every orcs that exists. But I will eliminate as much shadow as I can before I take my last breath.
So daunting all the time. You're starting to sound as bad as Aurelion, Damrod.
At least I'm happy when I do it.
He kind of looks over at Aurelion. What you got?
I think that if we go this way, then it is more likely to end in bloodshed. And given what we have to find at the location I completely forgot where we're going, the King's Chair, then I think it might be wise to ignore the orcs for now. Let them make campfires and other devious tasks.
To be clear, I didn't mean for us not to ignore it in the sense of going to find out what's at the campfire. I just mean if it is in fact those that were tailing us, or even the orcs for that matter, it might be prudent to keep an eye on it and make sure that it's not closer than we're comfortable with, or make sure we don't get ambushed again.
Rook, you're more skilled with that. Do you think you could keep a lookout and make sure nothing's too close for comfort?
Yeah, I'll venture out away from us a little bit. Make sure there's nothing creeping up on us as best I can.
Right. Can everyone give me a D4?
Does this have to be the thing that's at advantage for me?
No.
Okay.
I got a 1.
Okay, no, that's cool. So let's have a skill challenge. You guys are going to work together in trying to find the King's Chair. You can pick the skills you wish to all roll. So you're going to roll the same skills together. And we're going to get 3 successes before we get 3 fails. Okay? So you guys can choose your skill that you're all going to roll and go from there. I want ones that are going to make sense, however.
What are you guys really strong at?
I'm really good at. I got a +3 in. I got a +3 in investigation, perception, survival, traditions. I got a 7 in stealth, a 5 in medicine, neither of which help. 3 in animal handling, and 3 in deception again, which don't help, and 2 in athletics, which again don't help. So a +3 in perception.
You don't think you could take a bear to tell us where to go?
Do what?
You don't think you could tame a bear or something to tell us which direction we're gonna go?
No, I don't. It would not end well. I die. It'd be my luck. I try to tame a bear and I get mauled to death, and that's how Rook dies. What about y'all? What are you guys good at?
I'd love to say I'm good at survival, but we all know that's not true. I have a good modifier to survival.
Oh, that
My
you're
best suits that will help are survival or perception in this situation.
I'm pretty mid at whatever you guys pick, but I have advantage, so please, you guys be the ones deciding, because I think it's going to be your rolls that really get us there.
I mean, probably perception. What do you think?
Perception's not terrible.
Might as well.
I mean,
Nobody
else has an idea.
Nope.
Survival
I'm really
hasn't
good at
gone well
nature,
for me so
but-
far.
Ray's just like, no, I don't.
How are you guys in nature?
About half as good as I am at the other two.
I got a 1 in nature.
Okay, never mind.
Do not need to do nature.
Nature is what I'm best at. I'm good rolling perception.
Yeah.
I'm good at lore too, but I don't think that would help.
Got a 1 in lore.
I think perception's a good idea.
Yeah, makes
Alright.
as much sense as anything else.
3, 2, 1.
DC 15. Okay.
Oh, did I hit twice? Take the first one.
Oh, 15, we automatically got it.
Oh, cool. It's okay, Damrod.
Getting 5 when you roll a nat 1 is not terrible.
I'm taking my cursor and rubbing your head. It's okay, it's okay, Bubbas. It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So Aurelion, you pass.
Wait, is it not cumulative? Oh no.
Fuck.
Yeah. So Aurelion, you pass. But Mablong's 8. And
Yeah,
Damrod-
I didn't mean to click that twice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. And we'll just take the first rolls. And Damrod's 5 does not pass.
How did Marikar do?
Hey.
It's just the 3 of you. Because
That's not fair. He's with
That's
us.
not fair.
though. That's not fair
Marikar
at
has
all.
mud in his eyes.
No, he
yeah,
doesn't.
But you could then have a split, 2 and 2, which is
Then
neither
Then
a
they'll
success
have a
or
roll
fail.
off.
Do you really
with
think
3,
Marikar's
you
going to
get
pass
better.
perception?
I don't think this is fair.
So that is one failure. What skill are you going to look to do next?
Survival?
I'm good with survival.
Let's throw caution to the wind and do it.
Survival.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and
Yes!
woo!
All right, that's the session, guys. We're done because that's the best I'm going to be able to do tonight. It's over.
See you in another dimension.
That is a pass. And Damrod, I will give you advantage on the next roll because of your.
Oh, nice.
Although saying that, I should give you disadvantage because of the natural 1 you got on the first one.
Well, that's not fair because it was a 5, even regardless.
I mean, I'll
think
take
it's
it because
one.
it still passes
Yeah,
either
sure,
way.
advantage. So that's 1 pass, that's 1 fail. Okay.
Okay, what's the third?
I think we might have to go with something Aurelion's good at this time.
I'm really good at nature.
I'm not.
I know.
I mean, I got a 2, so I'm not much better than Rook, but
How's everybody in traditions?
2.
I'm a 3.
2 isn't terrible.
I got a goose
No!
egg. Look, I'm trying to hunt my traditions. I don't know them all yet.
How are you guys in investigation?
How are you guys in history? Because I forgot that I've got proficiency now in history.
I'm a 1.
What was the thing you said?
Investigation?
It's still 2, but that's not
I'm a
terrible.
3.
I'd be okay with that. I mean, that's closer. I think that's better balanced odds than nature.
Honestly, I'll take that.
All right,
If
ready?
the lore master's okay with investigation making sense.
Investigation.
Yes, because you're all looking at the map.
I guess Nate is on his way home. He's gonna try and jump on. He said.
Yeah.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Well,
At least it wasn't me this time.
that's 2 passes.
That is 2 successes, 1 failure at this moment in time.
Brooke is still convinced that the map is upside down.
I'm telling you, it's upside down. You're reading it wrong.
And then we walk into a sign that says "Welcome to King's Chair."
Yeah. So investigation. So Mablung, you will be. Rook, you will be at disadvantage for the next one.
Whatever.
Is there another one?
Well, that's 2 successes.
Yeah, we need one more success.
Oh.
I think, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, we're running out of stuff.
I know.
I mean, I had
we should all be good at stealth, right?
I'm okay at stealth.
I'm really good at stealth.
I got a 4 in stealth.
Dude,
All right, stealth it is.
why weren't we doing stealth already?
Because we're saying best for last. 3,
Wouldn't sure-
2, 1, stealth.
Oh God! The
I
best
would
for
like-
last, huh?
I would like to use my last inspiration point.
Are you sure?
You're not going to win is the thing because we need 2 passes and
Oh
both
yeah,
were failed.
thank you.
Wait. Damrod, you got inspiration too, right?
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? You don't think you get it?
Unless I get to re-roll. If it just makes me take the 14, it doesn't matter.
It's 3 fails.
No, you'll reroll.
I mean, I could if Rook wants to use his too.
You know what? Like you said, caution to the wind. Let's just do
Also,
it.
we're running out of ideas for what to roll.
All right.
It's better.
Wasted. Wasted, Ray. Wasted.
I hope mine's not.
You
It's
can't
true because we still fail.
Is that 2 and 2?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2 and 2. Tiebreaker.
2 and 2.
See you in another dimension. Let's get out of here.
We're gonna be stuck here for another session. Nate's gonna come in and be like, "Wait, are you guys still in the marsh?"
I miss my real dice.
I do.
Don't say that because you're gonna roll your real dice and be like, "Oh, I got a 1."
I mean, we can
Athletics, history,
Oh.
nature.
I'm great at both of those.
I'm not.
I got a 2 in nature, 2 in history. I got a 5 in athletics.
I got a 0 in athletics.
I got a 2 in athletics. That's better than
That
a
sounds
1.
like not a good idea.
What are traditions? Are you guys any good at that?
No.
Shadow lore?
I have a 0.
What are we
3.
riddles gonna do?
I got 3 in traditions.
You got a 2. How much do you have, Nathan?
0.
Okay. We probably shouldn't roll anything that has a 0, right?
I'm thinking not.
Would medicine do anything?
I got +5 in medicine.
Why our skills are so all over the board?
Because we're trying to compensate for the other one, but also we're missing someone.
So Charlie has a 1 in nature.
I do.
What do you have, Ray?
A 6.
Oh, well, my balance out. What do you got?
I have a 2, but none of those are a 0.
We haven't been rolling, we've been rolling with 2s before. You
I mean,
gotta
I'm
get it-
okay. What I mean is, I'm okay with rolling a 2 as long as somebody else has a point in it. I just don't want
I
to pick
have
a
a
skill
1.
that has a 0 in something.
Okay, so and Nathan, you have to roll a 13, or Charlie has to roll a 14. Do either of you think you can do that?
I have no
not-
confidence I could do that at all.
I don't know. Roll 20s.
Listen, we've been getting a lot of bad rolls, so that means we're due for some good rolls. Right.
I love your optimism.
Thank you.
So nature then?
Are we going with nature? Nathan, you be the deciding factor in this.
No, I'm not deciding because I'm pretty sure I can't roll a 13. I'm just
Okay.
throwing that out there that none of us have a 0 in it at least.
I mean, what are the other options? That we do traditions and everyone sucks at it?
I mean, I have
got
a 0 in traditions.
Put
So
a 2.
Maybe better off with nature, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call it. Let's do nature. If it's bad, you
All
can
right.
blame it on me.
all right.
3, 2, 1.
Yes!
Hey.
But then you have to give it to me. Because I was the one who ripped off the band-aid.
You're like, let's just do it. We passed.
Okay.
Kevin's been over here for like 10 minutes.
I rolled 1 over what I needed, Ray.
So,
I rolled
first of all, so you are traveling through the marsh, all working together. I would like Rook to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit. Okay.
I mean, you should be good at these.
Oh,
See if I can jinx that. No, I can't.
yeah.
You are traveling through.
Why would you want to, Kevin? We thought we were friends.
you all are traveling through the mud and muck, and you see. Well, I guess Damrod sees a mound. The water, the environment around this mound is somewhat extremely harsh. It's ugly, it's thorny, it has thorny bushes, low-lying islands, and the water is full of slime. The insects seem particularly thick around here, and as you are approaching, they begin to get in your eyes, in your ears, more in your mouth. And as you are walking, Rook, you step on what looks like a rotting piece of wood to try and get a firm footing, and you begin to roll your ankle, stepping on this log, and the log sort of gives way, and begins to quickly sink into the muck, and it looks like you're about to fall into some very deep, stagnant, slimy water, but you're able to save yourself and readjust, and you sort of dive onto the more firmer ground and save yourself from falling in.
I yell out to the others, look out for the soft ground, because that log is sinking, and I would recommend you don't touch it.
Aurelian will kind of quickly like skirt around that and then go check on Rook. You didn't hurt your ankle in there, did you?
No, it's weird that the log is rotten and just kind of broke, and it padded me rolling my ankle. Would that be right, Kevin? Like it didn't actually roll because of the.
Yeah, no, like it's one of them ones where you like your ankle rolls, but there's no damage done. You're able to sort of take the weight off quick enough to not receive any damage or to just fall over. But it put you off balance due to the log basically sinking into the muck and the water, and you're able to just shift your weight enough to dive onto the firmer bits of land.
I will give him my hand and kind of give him a little help up.
I hop up, kind of put weight on that ankle, but I'm good.
Good.
Okay.
We don't need you getting hurt like that.
I didn't know you cared.
I'll just kind of give him a light shove and then walk past him.
Oh, my ankle!
My leg!
However, Rook, while you are on the floor saying this to Aurelion, you look down and you actually see that what you are on is a somewhat of a paved walkway. It has some very old, overgrown work stone.
Start
Um,
ripping grass away, looking at it.
yeah, and you actually see that it's marble. And there is a somewhat path that is leading ahead of you. Do you all choose to follow?
I would, like, as I stand up, I start ripping, more and more vegetation away. And I think there's a path here somewhere, and I think it's leading up the road a little bit. I mean, it's marble. I mean, how often do you find marble or something or stone of this works out here in the woods?
And it is definitely worked stone. It's not like natural marble. You can see that there are blocks of this.
I'm very interested to find out where this goes.
Let's go. Follow the yellow brick road.
You begin following the remnants of this walkway, it seems. And the terrain itself again is thick with flies. And you begin to notice just ahead of you what actually looks like the remnants of a wall, massively overgrown with weeds and grass. But there is a wall that looks like a defensive wall of maybe a town or such. Um, you even potentially are able to recognize some taller bits of worked stone, like fingers sticking out of the ground.
Kevin, have I ever read about any like lost civilizations that were out in this direction?
The the only lost civilization that would even make sense being here with work stone like this would be the fallen kingdom of the Dunedain, which is obviously Damrod's people.
Oh shit.
Well, it looks like this may have been where your forefathers maybe laid their head. Any of this a particular note to you?
I think at that, um, if Rook is still like trying to pull vegetation off of this pathway, I think at that, Damrod probably drops down to his knees and starts just ripping vegetation away, trying to clear whatever Rook hasn't cleared yet. Trying to see what he can glean from this to find out if it really is of his people.
Yeah, you don't have to rip it all up. You find bits where the path actually becomes submerged in some of the mucky water, but because it's still a firm path, you can walk through the water here, and there's not as much vegetation. You are able to examine some of the stone that is jutting out of the marsh itself, and you see a mural very faintly carved into it. Um, and it tells the story of the the 9 ships of Elendil fleeing Numenor and its downfall, arriving on the shores of Middle Earth. Um, and you see effectively the story of Elendil in the north and Isildur and his brother Anarion in the south, establishing Gondor, the war against Sauron, the march of the Last Alliance, the fall of Elendil and Anarion, the Isildur taking up the crown of the High Kingship, but becoming lost on his journey back to the north. And then the king, his son Valendil, becoming the new king of Arnor. And yeah, it basically tells a brief history of that before the breaking of Arnor and its war with Angmar, which it doesn't tell any of the War of Angmar. So it must have been built before the Angmar War, effectively.
Do you know what this is?
No.
I do. Kevin, I don't have any. Do I happen to have any paper and charcoal on me? Or would it be destroyed on me?
You tell me. You tell me.
I would like to, and if possible, I'd like to spread some paper out and like rub the charcoal over it so I can get the engravings on here, just so I can keep it like for my records.
Yeah, as you can imagine, there's probably like moss and muck in a lot of it, so you might need to do a bit of scrubbing and scraping to clear away.
Damrod's already, like, as he asked if they know what this is, he's already started to do that.
Yeah.
I'll just pick one out that's already pretty clear, and then whenever Damrod starts to slow down a bit, I would offer him some in case he wanted to take any of this home with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's all pretty common history, but it's like this monument has been erected in this place. And as you maybe look around, maybe Rook will wander off slightly. It does look like that this might have been a town or a settlement of some sort of the Dunedain very long time ago, before the swamp and the marsh claimed it.
Considering how interested Marikar has been in all the stories that Damrod has told about his people and the history and stuff that he's shared with Marikar, Damrod probably pulls Marikar over to these monuments and tells basically what you told Kevin, but like way longer, way more elaborate. Like, Marikar might fall asleep if it comes to that.
He's like Owen Wilson, like, wow.
He probably wouldn't even. Damrod probably gets it so into it at one point because he's doing this while he's cleaning these and cutting the moss away and scraping the dirt from some of the lines and things like that. He probably gets so into the telling and cleaning of these that he probably wouldn't even notice if Marikar just wandered off.
Yeah, he asks questions like, so like your people came here in just 9 ships, but like you can only fit like 10 people on a boat, right? Not understanding that ships are huge. He's used to a riverboat of some sort. And he says, what, all of your people, what, the whole island just disappeared, like under the sea, like what? And then like he was in charge up the here and then down there as well, like what? Yeah, he, even though you've explained some of this, the logistics that you're throwing at him is sort of boggling his mind a little bit. Aurelion, you were alive. No, you wasn't quite alive.
What year
No,
was
you
that?
were. You were definitely alive when this story was told. This was at the end of the Second Age.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so this was like probably 2,000 years after you were born, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So you know this story. You know of Elendil and the Last Alliance and the kingdom of Arnor in the north and the kingdom of Gondor in the south, and then the kingdom broke apart and was attacked by Angmar and the Witch King. Yeah, you know this as well as Damrod.
He probably, anytime that Damrod tries to throw any like grandization into it, he'd be like, actually, what happened here was whatever. Like, just try to bring more facts into the story than emotion. But he's still like barely paying attention to, like, he's not giving like much. He's not looking over at Damron while he's saying this. He's still just scratching on his charcoal to these, and he's just like every once in a while just piping up with something.
I think you might be able to add facts, but I think every time that you think, like every time that Damrod's maybe cadence rises to where it sounds like he's fixing to like embellish something, or something sounds a little too fantastic or starts to sound a little too fantastic, I think as you listen and think about it, you realize like no, he's telling this as factually as he can, as he knows it. Now you might have to correct him on a few details, but it's to the point where you know he's not changing the story to make it more fantastic. He's telling how he knows it, and Aurelion may add details that even Damrod didn't know, and at that point Damrod would just kind of look at you with this like this hunger for knowledge almost.
You really had to be there.
I
I was.
can imagine that. I can actually imagine that it actually goes the other way also, where Damrod might describe something of the buildings and some of the settlements, and Aurelion actually is like, actually, it was a lot bigger than that.
We get into an
and
argument.
Yeah, and the Numenorians actually were very impressive builders, craftsmen. Not as much as the elves, but very much so. They were still very impressive.
I like to imagine that Rook is like, oh, I wonder if they're done with their nerd conversation yet. He pokes his head in, and then we're just talking about Numenorian architect. He's like, oh, not done. Bye.
Yeah, give me a history check, Nathan.
What
I know all the history of nothing.
Yeah. Regardless of what you know, and there are many lost towns and settlements of the Dunedain that aren't remembered. You knew of the King's Chair, but you didn't know exactly what the King's Chair was. But this is a settlement where the King's Chair should be. So once you've done your engraving, you don't actually know. Like you don't know anything about the King's Chair other than there's a place called the King's Chair in the Marsh here somewhere. And you might be thinking that actually the King's Chair has something to do with this settlement even. Do you wish to investigate a little bit more?
Damrod absolutely would, whether he thinks the King's Chair is here or not. I mean, this is a settlement of his people that he may not know much, if anything, about.
Aurelian?
Oh, yes, 100%. This is his bread and butter.
I imagine Rook comes back.
Archaeologist buddies!
Yeah! We finally
Yeah.
Guys, let's go.
I imagine Rook has come back at this point, seeing that the conversation is done and the sort of charcoal tracing is all done as well. And Rook will point out that there is a small hill just a little bit further through some of the sunken stonework, and he'll probably lead you that way. And what you find there is there is a small rise, and on top of the rise is a round spherical stone. It's quite clearly been worked and shaped. It is potted with wear and tear now, as the weather has certainly got to it. But it is a large round stone, and just behind this large round stone, looking to the west, um, is a chair or stone again that looks like it may have been a chair of some sort. Um, Again, it's all got moss and grass very heavily grown around and on it. But that's what you would find sort of in the middle of this settlement as such.
So this is the king's chair, Damrod?
It's a chair for sure.
You would think with a name like King's Chair, there'd be more to it. I don't.
More kings, yes.
Maybe. Well,
Probably
name-
refers to history.
the name implies. I mean, Thranduil's a king, and he has a chair. It's quite nice. I sit on him, and he's not paying attention.
We could give you a history lesson if you would like, Rook. Then you may
No,
understand
no.
more of where these names come from.
No.
I've
No.
tried. I've tried 3 times.
No.
I did a lecture back in Rivendell about the Numenorians, and he refused to come.
That's not true. I was indisposed.
What was?
I was training. I mean, it's not just Legolas. It teaches me how to count the kills. It's the guards. It's an elf thing. I guess you must have missed the memo.
Oh no, Nate still can't get on. Nate is cursed.
Oh no.
I do apologize that I missed my elf training.
You should be.
Too many history lessons, I suppose.
I guess, because then you know how many people you killed. I mean, who doesn't know that?
Marikar, who doesn't know how to count.
Oh no, that's not nice.
It's also not incorrect.
Also, what are we doing?
Chair, big chair, right over there.
So Damrod, at some point during y'all's arguing, has already started walking towards this chair to go check it out.
I don't mean to be argumentative. It just happens.
No,
That's our dynamic.
I only say that because of Rook's thing earlier about stopping the argument, and now he's arguing about history.
See, the common denominator here is Aurelion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
The real problem.
I'm the drama here. I suppose if Damrod's wandering off, I'll go after him too.
So you better walk away. I go on the other side and walk that direction.
He walks backwards.
So you approach the chair, perhaps running your hand across the round stone as you approach, and you can see that there were also carvings in a band around the stone, but very faded, very difficult to work out what it says. Give me investigation checks, anyone that wishes to investigate the chair and the stone itself. Yeah, you again find some engraving on probably the back of the back side of the chair. Although the where you would lean back against it has actually broken off, and you can find rubble around it. But there is enough of it that says, "Here would sit the king in time of high summer, upon visiting the lands, and look out at his people." If you sit in it, Damrod, do you sit in it at all?
I think eventually he would, very slowly and reverently.
Yeah.
Rick grabs it, pulls it out from under him.
Yeah.
Look, the last time I sat in a random chair, it was essentially loaded with an airbag, and I got shot into the ceiling in Jarl's game. So I'm very mentally prepared for this to be a trap. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think airbags exist in Middle Earth.
Yeah, those good old tricksters, the Dunedain.
It wasn't an actual airbag. It just it functioned as if, like, you've seen the videos where somebody sits on an airbag or whatever. It was the same effect. It had a trap on it that launched you into the ceiling.
Well, it's your people, Dunedain, so
sitting on the chair, with reverence, I guess. Slowly, your hands sort of curling on what would be armrests. You are able to see over the top of the round stone and down the gentle slope, where this pathway led up. And give me a wisdom saving throw. You close your eyes and a flash comes to your mind almost. A noise. A noise. Not that noise.
Was that Goofy?
I didn't think you guys would hear it. Ray posted it. I was like, oh, what's this sound like?
I didn't think during the stream.
I didn't either. I'm sorry.
You and then you open your eyes as you hear this noise, and for a second you think you see a sea of heads in front of you down the slope, and as you blink again, what you believe to be a vision of what it might have looked like, with the king sitting here, and people looking up, awaiting what you are to say or judge. It vanishes just like that.
I think the other two see Damrod straighten and have a sharp intake of breath before just like a sigh.
I would then also like you to make a corruption save. By the way, which feat did you take, or which virtue did you take, by the way, just in case it's relevant for?
I think that's the rumor of the earth that I took.
No,
is that one of the?
It might be the wisdom, because there's one that there is one that helps you with wisdom saves, corruption saves. I'm just not sure which one you actually took in the end. If it was that one or if it was the undead killer. Why?
I'll have to look because the only thing I've written down right now is rumor of the earth and foe of the enemy.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take a look in a minute. Just store that for me, that roll, because you're either going to fail or you're going to succeed. So you will take 1 point, one temporary shadow.
Damn.
However, if you
It's getting
do
shady
succeed,
over
you
here.
won't take it. So just add it on now, the point of shadow, and then once we know what virtue you took, then we can always take it off.
One, you said temporary. One temporary.
Yeah.
All right.
And Aurelion, you probably see a reaction of Damrod once he does this, when this happens. And Rook, if you are looking at him at this time, what do you say?
That face. Did you see anything?
You seem to be in a different place for a second.
Yes, for merely a second. I thought I saw something, and it was gone.
What'd you see?
Nothing. The shadow of a fading memory.
Quite a reaction for nothing.
As I said, a shadow of a fading memory. Nothing that amounts to anything. And Damrod like kind of slaps what's left of the arms of the chairs to like push himself out of the chair and step down.
As you do so, you look off to the west and slightly to the north, and just on the range of your vision, you see a mound sticking out of, well, rising out of the marsh. It stands out to the rest of the marsh as a potential point of reference from this point of view, on this small, low mound in the middle of this town.
I think we might should go there next. And he just kind of points at what he sees from here.
What's over there, Damrod?
Can you not see what I see?
I don't think I can.
Yeah, I mean, if you turn and look in the direction that he's sort of looking and pointing, you can both see it as well. A mound, just off on in your, well, I guess your eyesight's actually a lot better than Damrod's. You can see that it is certainly a feature that's different from the rest of the marsh that surrounds you, and that a mound is rising out of the landscape.
And to be clear, Charlie, before you say anything or respond to anything, the way Damrod says this is not like, it's not a rude retort to you. It's more of like, you can hear the disappointment in his voice kind of lingering from what he said while he was sitting in the chair about seeing nothing. It's not a retort to you of like snapping back. It's just like,
Oh no, I didn't think it that way.
just like sadness almost.
Yeah.
As soon as you point out this mound, Aurelian's gonna just lightly jog over to it.
Yeah, it's some way out of it is some way out of the town. You know, it's probably going to take another maybe hour or so, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours potentially, if you can't find a good path. And it is beginning to, the sun is beginning to set off in the west.
Are there any like decent places here where we could take a rest, or is it still just mid city?
It is horrible. You won't be able to. I mean, you can try, of course, but it's going to be, uncomfortable.
There's no like ruins of an old building or anything.
No, nothing. You can see some old walls where the swamp hasn't claimed, but at the same time, you know, there's no roofs or um, ceilings or anything like that for overhead cover. It is all very exposed.
I suggest if there's nowhere to stay here, we push on. Maybe try to find some cover. Doesn't look like it's that far.
We could likely make it there before the sun sets. And worst case scenario, these two can just follow us again.
Mm-hmm. I'd look over at Damrod, Marikar. What do you guys think? Will we keep going?
Damrod nods to you both.
Away we go.
Okay. So, Damrod, give me survival. Rook, give me stealth, and Aurelian, you can give me a perception check.
God damn. We got 9. Not being very quiet.
Well, we are using stealth more so as a way of plotting, finding the best path through the marsh rather than like, oh, you're trying to be stealthy and quiet effectively. The night closes in, but eventually, when it is pitch black, you probably would have to light a torch to see well enough.
Do you
If
have a
wish to
torch?
carry on.
Damrod?
Do you not have the torch from earlier?
Did you take the torch from earlier, Damrod?
Wait, were you the one holding it?
I mean, Damrod would have had it, but it's been like a day since then, so at least would have gotten put out. I don't know if is able to be relit, but I mean, he would have kept it through that night of travel at least.
You played Breath of the Wild. You know you can relight those torches. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I'm sure you will be carrying some torches anyway.
Okay.
If you're a human and traveling at night, there's a good chance you need torches to travel with.
I guess Damrod would pull a torch out then and kind of like offer it towards Rook.
I don't need it.
Oh, I just heard you ask. And then I guess Damrod will light it himself.
You eventually, you have made your way towards the mound that you see. And as you approach, this is what you see.
A hole in the side. Okay. There's probably a bear in there.
Well, we discussed what you're going to do with bears.
No, we did not discuss. You discussed and gave me orders. I did not agree to nothing.
Aurelian would probably go in there first.
So you begin to approach. It is a steep-sided mound lined with stones. Climbing up towards it, the characters discover a large flat stone that's clearly been moved several times in the past, judging by the scratches on its underside. If you go to push the stone, does anybody go to push the stone?
I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, she can do it.
Is Jesus in there?
You move the stone aside, and a waft of foul air comes up to meet you. The torch that is being held suddenly flickers blue and green.
I quickly draw my spear. No.
Followed by a large swarm of flies
Gross.
that assault you before flying off. You have found what certainly looks like a barrow. And judging by the location on the map, this could very well be the Black Barrow that you are looking for.
Capital T, capital B, capital B.
Yeah.
Pull out my map and then point out that information to Rook. This very well might be exactly what we're looking for.
So
it stinks in here.
Yeah. So, question. Before you go in and explore the Black Barrow, would you wish to wait for Marikar to be available to join you?
No. What is that? Is that there?
I know he was responding to your question. It's
No.
like, nope. Don't want to.
I think it might be a good idea.
Yeah, probably.
I'm okay with it if we want to.
Mm-hmm. I said you can get on not next week, but the next week.
Okay. Charlie, how long have you got left for your game with Baron?
Let me look.
And is it on next week?
It is on next week. I do believe. I know he said that we only have a few left. I can find out from him here in the next few minutes and let you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering if we was available next week, then I'm happy to sort of go again next week to get Nate in and Marikar with
Let me ask.
The barrow.
Let me ask him. We'll go. Because I'm not really sure at this point.
We can pad time by talking about how much shadow we have.
Yeah, like I got 6. I'm halfway.
How do you have 6? I've got 3 and 1 permanent.
I've got 6 temporary and.
Well, you traded in how many to get a permanent, Ray?
Well, that was before. Like that was pre-assigned to me.
Oh, so we're not counting our entire lives worth of shadow. We're just talking about a current life of shadow. Okay. Yeah. Well, in that case, I only have 2 because the other shadow was back in college for Damrod. That was a dark time.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, Kevin, that I did take Sterner Than Steel. That's the only name of these that I recognize. And I believe we talked about that because he is kind of a shadow hunter as well.
Yeah, I think that's the one that we were discussing because it gives you that +1 to wisdom also. So I knew it was one of the ones that gave you a +1 to wisdom, but I just wasn't 100% certain on which one it was. Let me just read it quickly. Standing still. Okay, so yeah, that 1 point of temporary shadow you have just accumulated, you can take off because you gain advantage on corruption saves.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the only name of the ones that I in that are available to me that I recognize. So I'm pretty sure that's the one I took.
Yeah. I thought it was also the one that you decided on in the end. Yeah, how much? Shall I have a look at how much Marikar has? So Marikar and Nathan, oh, it's down here. He has 9 shadow also. Except
What's his wisdom?
his 12.
Ooh.
So 4 more, and he will gain a point of permanent shadow.
This boy has been destined for shadow since we started.
He's too innocent for the world, indeed,
That's a fact.
and probably the scariest one for you to get like have a mental break of shadow.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to. Some of us are gonna have to the next time we have a fellowship phase. I think that's what they're called. We're gonna have to take some time and get rid of some shadow.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Someone's gonna have to go and get like a back massage or something.
I volunteer as tribute.
Marikar's just gonna go and chop wood.
Okay, so let's see how
that didn't help last time.
He sits and holds hands with that other girl that he met, and that fixes him.
It's gonna
He's
make it
gonna find
worse.
himself-
He's gonna get more shadow that way because all he's gonna be doing is thinking about what's her name.
He's
Tammy?
gonna,
Hey, at least in our other Middle Earth game, I have 7 temporary shadow in that game, so we're getting real close.
What's your wisdom though?
The same.
Ooh.
I'm getting close.
Charlie only plays one character.
I'm a dwarf in
No,
that
I
one.
made that joke before and he got mad at me.
I'm a dwarf in that one, just so you know. I didn't get mad at you.
You're like, no, I don't. And then you changed the entire character you were gonna play.
I sure did. I sure did. Thanks a lot, Ray. Actually, though, ask Kevin. It worked out really well.
Well, good.
She's mean.
What, me or your character?
The character. I'm not mean. I'm a freaking delight. My character's mean.
No. You said she's mean. And I was like, oh, am I mean?
No, you're not mean.
Okay, thanks.
Yes,
Thank
Nothing.
you.
Not to me.
that's why we keep you around, Ray.
so
We need someone to make the rest of us look like angels.
That's true.
Oh, it's so mean.
the
God.
yeah. All I need is to know the sort of premise and motivations of what we are doing in Iris, and then I'll look to shape the backstory and character motivations of my character from there, including alignment. Yes, Ray.
So
Nathan's like, I don't know that.
I was gonna kind of leave some of that up to you guys, because simply because most of the characters are playing jerks. I want to see what you guys come up with for a reason why you might band together, or you might at least be in the same area. And I plan to have kind of a session 0 and set some of this up. Also, to fill Charlie in on some of the things that happened in Curse of Strahd.
Maybe run through a battle simulation, because I've never played a character this level before, and I'm still trying to learn it. I'm still poring over everything, going, "Oh, I can do this, 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 this."
What level?
10.
10.
Because you need a higher level too.
Yeah,
I know.
he's at 15 also.
Yeah, that's gonna be our battle simulation. So
What? 15 or 10?
so I'll give y'all a snippet. I'll throw y'all a bone. What I'm considering doing is the first actual session, being your characters in a battle with Iris and her minions at level 15.
Oh no!
Kind of as possibly maybe a telling of the future or a vision or a prophecy type thing. So you'll get to try out your level 15 characters there, and then and we'll see where it goes. And depending on how the battle goes, we'll tell what exactly that battle actually is, whether it's a prophecy, whether it's a dream, or whatever.
That's damn. He's kind of mind screwed me just now. Kevin, if I can't figure out,
get prepared.
if I can't figure out how to level up to the second one you gave me to 15, I'll reach out to you
Yeah, that's fine.
because I'm still brand new at making a character on Roll20 up until the other day when you helped me.
Yeah, you just I would just suggest following the same path. Take levels of rogue first. Do the level 1 first, and then from there just go do the level plus Mansa, and you just press 15.
Oh, and then you just go in and fill everything in as you.
Yeah,
It'll take you back to what you're missing, right?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been digging through this book, and I sent you one of the magic items I was thinking of, correct?
Yes, I got it in Discord. I'll have to check through it.
Yeah, and there was another one. It's called the Black Dragon Concentrate. It's kind of cool. It comes in a vial of thick yellow sludge that has a layer of sickly green liquid on top of it. As an action, you can splash the contents of this vial onto a creature within 5 feet, or throw the vial up to 20 feet, shattering it on impact. In either case, make a ranged attack against a creature or object, treating the acid as an improvised weapon. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 acid damage and is covered in yellow sludge, taking an additional 1d4 at the start of each turn for the next minute or until they wipe it off.
But that's a one-time use item, right? It seems like it.
It says
Sounds like you can
you
might be able to splash it. The first one said splash, but I don't know. It seems like it would be very limited.
Yeah, it seems like it can. I'll come back to that one.
And Ray, you said that you are going to draw all our characters, right?
Yeah,
Right, that's cool.
if you guys want me to.
Of course.
Yeah.
I already drew your little fire companion. Charlie,
Yeah.
did I ever show you that?
No.
Hold on, I'll find it.
I'm excited. I think.
Oh, I got it. I found another one.
I think that once the PC, I mean, I'm always thinking about it, but I think once the PC comes in and I get my scene set up, I'm gonna be putting in a lot more work, both on Curse of Iris and on the zombie game that I've been talking about forever, and finish them up, get them ready, and start running them. And I have some big ideas for Curse of Iris, things that I should probably tone down because I don't know if I can make them work right. But yeah, I'm gonna take some liberties, I think, and try some stuff when we do Curse of Iris. You guys are also presenting me with a big challenge as a DM on how to motivate your characters to actually want to fight Iris, because you're all you're not all evil, but you're all like leaning that direction.
Well, yeah, like from my point of view, all I need to know is what's Iris doing that's threatening? Like why would my character care that Iris is doing what Iris is doing effectively? That's all I need to know, and then I can come up with everything else.
I mean, she took over Barovia, and I mean more details will come in the game, but at this point she's taken over Barovia. She's forcefully taken over Barovia at this point, because at the end of Curse of Strahd, Barovia was kind of handed over to her. She was very stern and wanted the power and all of that, but she was still at the point where it was okay for her to kind of be ruler, but it's become not enough for her, and she started to send her minions and her people and her hands, so to speak, out to the world, to this, at least to the extent of the continent that this is taking place on, and trying to not only seize more power but seize more land and more people and kind of grow her army, so to speak. It's encroaching on the outside world. It's not just Strahd living in Barovia and bringing a couple people in every so often and toying with them. It's Iris trying to spread Iris across at least the continent so far.
Does this still take place in Ravenloft? Or did it now anchor to the prime material plane?
I think this is going to take place in my world. I think Iris has found a way to bring Barovia to Yggdrasil. I think that's what we're going to do. That way I can throw in some homebrew as well. So, with that being said, you guys do have some liberty with creating some stuff in the world and making it kind of a living world, because there's some skeletal structure for the world so far, but there's a lot of stuff that's not set in stone. So, you know, if you guys would like, you're able to take some liberty with the history and where you're from and stuff, and who knows, maybe that will be canon for the world later on.
Sweet.
This is going to be post Fall of Raven's Roost. It's going to be after that game that I ran. So
well, we never found out what happened. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, some of the stuff that I talked about with Raven's Roost has happened, and yeah, Raven's Roost was quote unquote saved, but it was very much destroyed. But not that the Raven's Roost game will have any bearing on y'all's story, but it is in timeline. It's going to take place after all of that happened.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about the one shot that you ran with me, Derek, and Chris.
No,
we never did anything.
No, not that one.
We got to one place and I threw up. That's it.
Yep. And then we said we'd do it again and finish it, and we never did. I mean, y'all had a troll chase y'all around for 20 minutes in the place.
Yeah, we almost died from some trees.
That's what happens when you blow trees up. They take revenge.
We didn't even do that. That was Chris, and then he was like, I can't believe the trees attacked me just because I attacked them.
Yeah, I mean, but like, there's still things that I'm working on and still things that I'm trying to flesh out and get ready. But if you guys have questions while you're working on your characters and backstories, just let me know. I'll answer what I can, and I'll bullshit what I can't.
Nice. All right. Well, that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll have something to eat.
All right. Well, Any of the other two have anything else?
Nope. Maybe come back next week. Maybe me and Nathan will be playing more Starbound.
Yeah, if we don't get the clear and go ahead to play more D&D next week, then it's likely we'll be playing Starbound. If we don't play D&D, maybe Nate can at least join us for that. But yeah, Kevin, you got anything?
I haven't. No. Charlie. Obviously, I'll speak to you tomorrow for
Are we playing? Are we playing tomorrow?
Yes, we are playing tomorrow. Even if someone's missing tomorrow, then we will still be playing because it's been long enough now. So we will play.
Nice.
That is the other Middle Earth game that I run for Charlie.
Just Charlie.
Yeah, just
Must feel special, Charlie. You got a
myself.
private game too.
You know, I'm sort of a big deal.
Yeah, the
I play. Surprise! I play an angry dwarf.
they have just
Out
been
to kill
taken.
Orcs.
They have just been taken captive by a woodland, a woodman settlement after they saved some dwarfs that they knew who had accidentally on purpose taken a sacrificial pig that had been staked up in their land. And they were being attacked by orcs. They saved the dwarves, ate the pig, again, not realizing that the pig was staked up there for a reason, and that the orcs were there also for a reason.
Somebody rolled low on their traditions checks.
Yeah, and now they are being escorted back to the settlement to speak to the elder woman of the settlement to try and clear their name. But the settlement
It might turn out well.
The settlement doesn't seem to be in the best of positions at the moment, judging by the rumors that people have heard and the demeanor of those that have come to bring the group in.
Yeah,
This
I
is
do
why
like that protection I have with the shield. That is very handy.
Yeah.
This is why Charlie has so much shadow. They're out there stealing sacrificial animals and stuff and interrupting people's religious ceremonies.
No, it's more along the lines that we went through Mirkwood. That messed him up a little because everybody else went to sleep. He's like, I'm not going to go sleep. I'm going to look around. So everybody else got some shadow like removed, and I didn't. And I had because of a freaking, I don't know, an orc. And then we had tortured somebody, but we didn't actually torture him. So I get some shadow from that.
Charlie.
To be fair, it was the Hobbit's idea.
The evil hobbits, yes.
And it actually said Hobbit is now deceased.
Both.
Is it because of you?
No, not because of me. Because we got surrounded and he got taken out, basically. We all almost died. I was like, start looking for a new character.
Well, I mean, at least this isn't the only game that we've almost lost, that you've almost lost people in.
Oh,
Middle Earth is not very forgiving.
And what was funny is right after that, Baron had put us in a position where one of the main NPCs died. And like all of us are really close to death, and we made it out by the skin of our teeth.
Ooh.
I was like, what the hell is going on? Was it battle week?
We there's no game over on Jarl of Goats channel tonight, but we're very, very, very close. If not next session, probably a session or two out from fighting multiple dragons, including Tiamat, an undead reborn Tiamat. So this will there might be some death in that game too.
An unborn Tiamat, so you can't stop it.
An undead reborn.
Oh, I said unborn. I'm like, well, so kill the fucking.
No. Tiamat was killed, and then this crazy possessed kobold took all of the different colored dragon heads that make up Tiamat, either killed or stole their heads and necks, sewed them on a central body, and reanimated this thing, and the spirit of Tiamat inhabited it. So yeah, that's gonna be real fun.
I bet she's real pissed off.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, but it's gonna be a great session. But yeah, I'm a little concerned that we're gonna lose some characters in that game. But I mean, if you go out fighting Tiamat, I feel like that's probably a good way to lose a character.
I'd say so.
What you need to invest in are some dragon slaying arrows. That's what you need to invest in.
I have a dragon slaying crossbow. I also have Excalibur, which is a dragon slaying sword. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. But like I said, I'm a bit worried for some of our characters. We have a couple of pretty squishy people, so. That being said, if you guys don't have anything else, I am going to post the link in the chat for Discord, because we're going to have a vote here in the very near future for Discode. That is not right. Let me type the actual word. There we go. We're gonna have a vote very soon for the date of the beard funeral. I ordered the PC Monday for anybody that doesn't know, and I have to shave. And
what?
I'm gonna be. Oh, do what?
Will you be giving your beard a Viking funeral?
I would love to, but I don't think it's a good idea to light a funeral pyre in the house.
No, you go down to the river, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you you
put on a boat. You put it on like a little paper boat.
And then you push it, and then you shoot a flaming arrow at it.
Yeah, you can use a blowtorch.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. I'm sure the river's Wi-Fi works great, and I can stream it all.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure the river has Wi-Fi. I'm sure the river has Wi-Fi. We're gonna probably make an event out of it, and
like at the end of the session, like, all right, guys, here we go.
I haven't told I haven't told Jarl yet, but I'm gonna ask Jarl and see if I can get him scheduled to like do an actual funeral like he does for his knives and his medieval dynasty games, where he drops a knife and has to improv a funeral.
Nathan, did you take my advice on the alert or the channel point redeem that I suggested to you the other day?
I haven't yet. I'm in denial right now. I haven't done any planning other than thinking about things in my head. Because I mean, I don't want to do it, but a deal's a deal, you know?
You gotta do it.
So I gotta do it. I'm gonna set a date. I'm gonna set up some channel points and stuff. I'm gonna contact Jarl and see if he has a time when he's available to, even if he can only stop by for 10 minutes and do a little funeral speech or whatever. I gotta go either buy a tarp or a kiddie pool or something to catch the hair when I shave, because I don't want to get it all over the floor. Because I'm gonna do it on stream, and I'm not sure Twitch would be too friendly of me trying to stream in the bathroom. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to be planned for it. No, because I'm not cleaning my beard hair out of the hot tub.
That you can't do that.
If you do it,
I want to see how long mine gets before November. Because November is my year. I haven't cut it, so we're gonna see what happens. I've trimmed this, but I've got 3 years now, and all I've done is trim. So I haven't shaved in
in about 3 years, I think. I mean, like I said, I've trimmed, but yeah, I'm gonna get some beard care stuff and oil it and try to hopefully get it to grow a little thicker and better when it comes in next time, because it's coming back. We
It's
gotta.
actually a good point now. I'm at that rubber band when I ride my bike because like when I get off my bike, it's all like this.
Charlie, I forgot that you rode motorcycles, and for a second I thought you were like, "Oh, gotta take out the 10-speeder."
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I'm gonna start
Also, invest in hair ties because rubber bands hurt when you take it out of your hair. They like catch on stuff.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like the thin
Okay,
hair
good.
ties.
I was gonna say, get one from your wife.
I'm stealing from my son. He's got longer hair than he's got about.
Mm-hmm.
His hair's about down to here. Like he's got long hair.
Mm-hmm.
He refuses to cut it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, do you know how many innocents I would kill in a D&D game to have hair like yours? He was like, Exodus is a good word. I was like, that's correct.
Have them donate the wigs for kids, and then you can take it from there.
Well, keep an eye on the Discord, because that's where I'm gonna put some dates together. I gotta make sure Imperiousness at least can be there for the stream, because he's the one that donated the capture card that allowed me to drop the amount that the PC was going to cost enough to be able to get it. So I got to make sure he's there. So I'm going to get with him first, get some days and dates that he might be available, and then I'll kind of post on the Discord, and we might, if he gives me more than one, then we'll do a vote and see what we can schedule. And gonna try to make it kind of an event thing where I'm not shaving in front of one person. I want to make it worth it. So yeah, keep an eye on in the Discord for that, and it's on the very near horizon. The PC is, as of right now, slated to ship June 1st. It is in the warehouse stage right now, so they're gathering all of the parts and pieces, and I'm checking my email every 5 minutes to find out when it goes into the building stage, because I'm excited to get it, so I'm checking it more often than I should. But yeah, once it comes in, I'll be able to play stuff on better graphics. This stream will look a little bit better because I won't have to lower my rate to garbage just to get us to not freeze. So yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna have some cool things coming, but I won't hold all of you any longer. I'll let you all get out of here, and I will see everyone in another dimension.